Welcome back to my channel. This is another one of those slightly career advicey videos. Yeah, I just thought it would be helpful for those of you that are still like in school, wanting to know what to do next, thinking about possibility of going to university, getting a job, taking a gap year. So today we're looking specifically at a gap year. This is going to be very, very short because your gap year is what you make of it. It's however you want it to look. It could be a load of things, so you could work, you could travel, you could do part work, part travel. It's completely up to you. But here's a bit of advice that we have that might be useful for you, so let's go. A gap year is not just a year off, so maybe try and reframe that in your brain. It's a way to develop yourself and your skills before you train or take that next step in your educational career. A gap year can make a big statement about who you are as a person, and it can help you to get into certain careers based on the experience that you pick up in your gap year. So what are the benefits of taking a gap year? A gap year can give you an advantage when you apply for jobs or courses later in the future. Some of the advantages include the opportunity to think more properly and more in depth about your career plans and the route that you want to take and how to get from A to B to C to D to your career. You've got the time to think about that in a gap year, which you might not in school because of the busyness of A-levels. It also gives the opportunity to travel and experience other cultures. There is so much cultural capital that you can get from exploring the world, meeting with people of different cultures and language and beliefs from you, and the way you think completely changes when you come into contact, and have open and honest conversations with these people that you probably wouldn't have done so before. You can also earn money to support yourself and your future study. Student life is expensive and you don't have a lot to live off, so you could, in your gap year, earn a load of money, save it up and help your future self when you're at university and you're struggling and you don't have time to get a job. You've got that financial backing to fall back on if you do need it. You also have time to improve your CV by doing work experience. The joy of a gap year is that you know it's finite. If you're still planning on doing something afterwards, I mean, a gap year doesn't have to be finite, you can have a gap life if you want, but you probably at some point will need to earn some money. So yeah, you can take a month to do work experience, message that company that you really like the look of and would love to work for, message them and say, hi, can I come and work with you for a month? Can I come and shadow you for a week? Completely free. I just want the experience. Make it so easy that they can't say no to you. That's my biggest piece of advice. Send that message, say, hi, I am hoping to get into your career, I'm hoping to get into property development and I have no experience in it, but I would love to come and shadow you for a week, completely free of charge. Just tell me what jobs you need done. You don't have to babysit me, I just want to see what you do. Is there a way we could facilitate that? And then you've got a bit of experience in that sector. You know what you're getting yourself into. You know very quickly if you like it or not, rather than going to university, doing a degree for 3 years, then realising, actually, I don't want to do this career anymore. So a gap year has the possibility, like so many possibilities to do weeks of work experience here and there. You could do a month of work experience, you could do 6 months of work experience. Like, what company doesn't want someone there working for free for 6 months? Make it so easy that they can't say no to you. You could also learn skills that you can't learn in a classroom. School is wonderful, but there is only so much you can learn because of a curriculum. Whereas once you're in your own time, you can pick and choose what you learn. You can do online courses. There's a wonderful website called Skillshare. I've done a biblical counselling course. I'm not even taking a gap year. I just have a bit more of a free job that is a bit more flexible, so I can spend more times in my evenings doing things because I don't have to work past my finishing time, which is also wonderful. So you can learn skills that you can't learn in the classroom doing a gap year. Also, a gap year can help you mature. It can help you become more focused and more motivated, because on a gap year you don't have people saying, Lara, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. There is no expectation, and for some people that means they don't do much, but for others you have to find that motivation from within, because no one else is telling you. There is no extrinsic motivation making you do certain things, it's all intrinsic. Then you walk into a job and you're intrinsically motivated because you've learned that you have to be. you will become a significantly better employee if you're intrinsically motivated rather than motivated by numbers and other things, because they will fluctuate. There'll be times when you're busy, there'll be times when you're not, but the intrinsic motivation will help get you through. So what can you actually do on your gap year? You should choose activities to build the skills that you think you might need in your future career. Popular skills include teamwork, leadership, problem solving, independent learning, digital skills. These are all so useful and transferable between any career. Depending on your circumstances, you could get a paid job, you could volunteer or find work experience like I've just mentioned. You could do a year in industry placement, be specific about the industry that you want to work in and get paid to be there for a year. You could travel or work abroad. You could learn a language or take online courses, or if you need to, you can resit your exams. So to improve your applications, once you're finishing your gap year, once you're going to university, it is harder because you might not have the mentor or the teacher that can write a reference for you, but you might have an employer that can write a reference for you, and that is invaluable. So you can enhance your personal statement or a job application by describing your gap year in the right way. Make sure you highlight the things you've done or experienced, the skills you've learned and developed and how that is relevant to any career or further study, how you will apply the skills that you've learnt, and your experiences using the STAR method, which is all about, you describe a situation. Think about leadership skills, for example. Describe a situation when you've used leadership skills. The task that you were set with, the action that you made which showed that, and then the result of that. So that's the STAR method: situation, task, action, result, to describe the skills that you've picked up and kind of show them how you've done that. You can't just say, yes, I've developed leadership skills. Great, everyone can say that. Give an example of where you've done it. It will help pad out your CV and yeah, make you more desirable to people. And then planning your gap year. When you're planning your gap year, make sure you plan ahead of time. Think about money and how you'll support yourself. It's a conversation that you might not have had before or thought about before, but it is important. If you're not going into full-time education, if you're going into university, you're kind of sorted. You can get a student loan if you want it, which will financially support you, but doing a gap year, you obviously won't get that. Your parents could let you stay at home, they could not charge you rent, but if you do want money to be able to go on holiday or whatever it may be, think about how you get it. It's an important conversation to have. Keep your CV up to date. It's so important because there'll be so much that goes on in your gap year. Make sure it's up to date if it comes to halfway through your gap year and you actually go, you know what, I don't want to do a degree straight after this, I want to get a job. As long as your CV is up to date, you can apply for a job at any point. And it's easier to update your CV whilst you're in the midst of something. You're learning the skills, you're remembering what you've done, you're reflecting there and then rather than 2 years in the future. And then keep a note of deadlines if you are applying to university or jobs so that you don't miss them. So that is everything I'm going to share with you today about advice on a gap year. I hope it has been useful. Do subscribe down below so that you don't miss more videos like this. I obviously upload a load of geography videos, you'll have seen that on my channel, so if you are an A-level geography student or know someone that is, also probably will be applicable for GCSE students. I'm going to start doing a load more stuff for them in the future. But yeah, I hope this has been useful. Subscribe down below so that you don't miss it, and I will see you soon. Bye guys.